शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नीलं विमलमतलं सर्वलीलाक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
साध्यादर्शी निरायासः कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते। So this jnani can ascertain that all the pairs of opposite that one faces in life, sukha, dukkha, janma, mrityu, etc. are on account of daiva. Daiva means here one's own results of actions dispensed by Ishvara. And because he has discovered himself in full and complete sadhyadarshi. So, having done something, this is the result I have to acquire. Such wrong notion is not there on whose part. Nirayasa, anayasena, kurvannapi na lipyate. Because of context of prarabdha, this jnani is expected to do something. For example, Janaka. Because for some reason possibly he could not desert the throne. So not that he wanted to be the king, but some responsibility could the rajas, the subject. That's why he was administering the kingdom. So he had to do so many karmas. So kurvannapi, even in such cases, because of prarabdha, the jnani is forced to do something. Naripyate is not afflicted or tainted by the results of action, because the kartrutva is not there in that person. The doubt can come. How is it that jnani kurvannapi na lipyate? And if ajnani does, you come with the law of karma, papa will come, punya will come, etc. And a special category or what? Like this was some ministers long back in Karnataka, say some minister shamelessly told family plan was going on. And in those days, so this person had so many children. Some journalist must have asked, and he said, it is not for ministers, it is for it is for other citizens. So that like that. So jnani can do and he is not bound by the karma phalas. And ajnani does, he is bound by which law is it? One may think so, how is it so? These are the things. चिंतया जायते दुःखं नान्यते हेति निश्चये तया हीनः सुखी शान्तः सर्वत्र गलितस्पृहः इह नान्यते हेति is there. Na, just sandhi breaking. Na anyatha iha iti. Now take anvaya. इह दुःखं चिन्तया जायते, चिन्तया जायते, अन्यथा न इति निश्चयी है। अतः एव तया हीनः शान्तः सर्वत्र गलितस्पृहः and पुरुषः सुखी भवति, सुखी भवति। Here means in this creation, in this jagat, in this samsara, in one's own life. Here, dukkham chintaya jayate. If you want to find out the source of sorrow, now see, here the diagnosis, how sorrows come. So, sorrows are born of what? Chinta. Our concept is what? Chinta is born of sorrow, is it not? Care and concern is born of sorrow in essay, but he says the sorrow is born of chinta. So what chinta it is, that you should know. The chinta is of this type. Sukha tatsadhana prasadhanam prati chinta, dukkha tatsadhana pariharam prati chinta. That concern, that means concern, etc., with respect to sukha and tatsadhana. Means, how will I get joy? What are the means for that? How to acquire those means? How to indulge, etc. Sukha and tatsadhana, the means of sukha. That is prati prati. I want to acquire sukha, and therefore I should have the means of gaining the ananda, chinta for that. Dukkha tatsadhana priharam prati chinta. Sorrows and the means of avoiding sorrows and avoiding the means of sorrows, about that care and concern, this itself gives the dukkham, because one cannot totally acquire the so-called sense pleasures, nor can one get rid of sorrows totally. It is not possible. So therefore dukkham chintaya jayate. Anyatha is otherwise. If that is with dukkha, this chinta with respect to sukha tatsadhana prati, dukkha tatsadhana parihara, this chinta is not there, then dukkha doesn't take place. Anyatha na iti, this anyatha dukkham na jayate, otherwise sorrow is not born. Iti nishchayi, so one has already ascertained. So having analyzed the world, one has ascertained this fact, and therefore how is now? Ataha eva taya hinaha. Taya means chintaya. One is without chinta. There is no care and concern. Why care and concern? There is no desire to acquire sukha or its means. There is no, that means intention of avoiding sorrow or their means, whatever that comes from. Why that the intention is not there? No for certain, as told earlier. Everything is Daivadeva. What I face in life is in accordance with the Daiva. For Ajnani, besides facing what meets in life, he has got something else. What is it? Purushartha is there. For Jnani, Purushartha is not there. Why not there? Already over. The highest one is over. For Ajnani, it is not the case. He has to face Daivadeva. At the same time, he has to work for his benefit or moksha. But the benefits he has to understand the fact that it is he can't be always spoken. Maybe it doesn't mean what Jnani will act or what his embodiment will face in life is already programmed according to his past prarabdha karma. Nothing can be done now. Or he is received. Then what about Ajnani? In the case of Ajnani, no doubt prarabdha is set. But if Purushartha is taken to, there at certain time there is a possibility of to an extent altering the past. That is why the Shastras speak of what is called as Prayashchitta karma. Close that door. So the Shastras speak of Prayashchitta. karma. Shastra itself gives a provision. To an extent it can be altered as well. It depends on the intensity of the prayasita karma, devotion, etc. Other things are there. And how intense is the past karma phalas? How intense is the past karma phalas? So therefore that. So he is least bothered about this nullifying the past adverse as such. As they come, he just faces them because he has nothing to gain, nor he has to lose anything on account of the sukha, dukkha, etc. If at all they come on account of prarabdha. So therefore, atahaiva, therefore, tayahinaha. Tayahinaha means taya chintayahinaha. Devoid of that chinta and concern with respect to this both, and therefore, because he has no chinta, shantaha. Shantaha, the mind is at ease, it is at peace, and because he is Shantaha, because nothing is to be acquired nor to be got rid of, so he is Sarvatra Galita Spruha. He is the one who has no Spruha with respect to anything whatsoever. Spruha means Krishna, desire to get something or get away from something, so he doesn't have such a Purusha, Galita Spruha, Purushaha, Sukhi Bhavati. He is the one who really Sukhi. But here in this case, not only because his Galita Spruha is Sukhi, but he has already discovered the Ananda Sarupa, I Atma, therefore is Sukhi. Even otherwise, suppose, even a Mumukshu, let us say, who has got this, that means firm understanding, based on which he is not bothered about this, and he is pursuing sadhana, even that person relatively is Sukhi. Because even Karma Yogi may not be Jnani, but if accepts as they come and takes to one's own karma with Ishvara Arpanapati, to that extent he has got that means the composed mind, peaceful mind is there as such, but not totally, because still Jnana is not there. It is his peace or Ananda is not because of his Swarupa discovery, but because of the proper understanding. Here is a person who has got Jnana, so therefore no Chinta, no Spruha, so therefore he is Shantaha, Sarvatra Sukhi. Now, what is the state or what is the discovery of this Jnani who have, that means with such accomplishment, known their true nature? That is now described. So what is that I in them? Naham deho na me deho bodho hamiti nishchayi. Kaivalyamiva samprapto nasmaratya kritam kritam. Aham dehaha na. And tatha me dehaha na. Me dehaha na. Kintu, further add kintu, another word you add there, nitya. Actually nitya to be added with bodha. So kintu nitya bodha. Bodha already is there, to that bodha add nitya bodha. Actually you can't simply add nitya bodha. You have to say nityaha bodha, because you are adding a separate word, because the word there is bodha only. So nitya bodha is a compound, so you can't add, see, the dhyara you can't add such a prefix, etc. So nityaha bodha, kintu nityaha, these two words you add, then bodha. Aham iti nishchayi. Iti nishchayi, further add this phrase, dehadau nivruttaham mamabhimanaha. Dehadau nivruttaham mamabhimanaha is the adhyara. Further, Akrutam, again add Dehadinam. Akrutam na smarati. Akrutam na smarati. Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva. Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva. So this is his discovery. It is not just a verbal statement, what he has directly cognized. What has he cognized? Aham dehahana. I am not the body. This is not that after a little exposure to Vedanta, what you say? I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the sense organs, I am not the pranas. The good record is there. That is not there. I am not the body because what I have discovered, therefore what? I am not the body. It is not japa. See, another thing. You see, generally after this, that Sakshi Bhava we say, no? Huh? Generally it is said, Sakshi Bhava. Thoughts come in the mind, have Sakshi Bhava. What exactly is Sakshi Bhava? See, you are caught up in the storm in the ocean because you are on the ship. Are you Sakshi to all that? But if you are on the shore, you can have the Sakshi Bhava. But you are one of that which is caught up there, you can't have that. You can say, but you can't really have the Sakshi Bhava. Therefore, what is to be done? See, to have the Sakshi Bhava, you should have a base which has no change. Sakshi Bhava for what? That which changes. Now here, at the meditation level, when we speak of Sakshi Bhava, what is the changing factor? Thoughts. The vrittis, they go on changing. They can never be the same. They are all that nature itself is to change. Now to have Sakshi Bhava, I have to declutch from these changing vrittis and should have a base which is changeless. With respect to which these are changing. What is that base? That is what Chaitanya Swarupa I. So me rooted in Chaitanya Swarupa I can say yes, this came, went, this came, went, this came, went. It needs practice. It needs practice. You understood? The Sakshi Bhava is the best this thing means. But you should understand properly. What actually is Sakshi Bhava again? What is Sakshi? See, the traffic is going on the road. You can be Sakshi provided. You are on your balcony or on the footpath, is it not? Suppose you have to go to the airport and the flight is at 11 a.m. and you are again about 1 hour drive away and you are caught up in the traffic jam. What will happen? Which Sakshi Bhava will come there? Observation is right. Is it not? So therefore you have to be aloof from that. Here from the thoughts, how can you be aloof? Only one harbor is there. What is that harbor? My true nature, Chaitanya, which is free from all the thoughts. Therefore, means the attempts to appreciate the Swarupa will give you the Sakshi Bhava of not being afflicted by this changing phenomena of thoughts coming one after the other. So therefore, in the beginning little being unconcerned, etc., that is fine. But finally, this is the true Sakshi Bhava. So therefore here, again, Aham Dehana, not because simply they are saying I am not the body. What is I truly Chaitanya has been discovered, and therefore he knows that I can't be the body because I know the body as this with all changes. I am the changeless one. So therefore Dehana. Not only that, I am Aham Dehana Tatha Me Dehana. Even the body is not mine. What is this? I am not the body, understandable. Is not the body mine? Yes or no? Why not? Because Vedanta says no. Why My body is not mine. Asanga. Now let us take other way. Now Asanga is true, that's fine. Chaitanya Rupa Atma is Asanga, that is fine. But I can't be the body me. Suppose you take the other way. If body is mind, mind means whose? Atma. If, let us say, body belongs to Atma. Me means, Jnani's case, me is Atma. Chaitanya Rupa Atma. If the body belongs to me, Atma, what happens? Come on. See, there is something called body and there is something called Atma and there is a relation. Because mind means always possessive case. Possessive case means whatever that is possessed is different from the possessor. Atma is the possessor because Jnana is Chaitanya Rupa Atma. That Atma is possessor and the body is possessed, distinctly existing apart from Atma. If that is the case, is this Atma the Atma? Why not? I know Atma. But that is the reality, the way but what is the precise word for that? Parichinna. Parichinna, that body limits Chaitanya. Parichinna cannot be the Chaitanya which is Ananta. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So therefore, me dehahana. This body doesn't belong to me. Then who are you? What is your nature? It says, Kintu Nitya Bodhaha Aham. You know who am I? I am Nitya Bodhaha. What is Nitya Bodhaha? Nityascha asau bodhascha Nitya Bodhaha. I am Bodha. What is told here is Bodha. Why that Nitya has to be done? Brought Adhyara. Because Bodha simply told, of course, what he means is, the author has not brought Nitya because Bodha, he means the Chaitanya Swarupa, the Nepti Swarupa, which is all the time existing. But we may commit a mistake of taking a knowledge of a given thing as Bodha, which is Nitya or Anitya. Anitya, because it is born. No, this is not that. Nitya Bodha means Bodha Swarupa, Nepti Swarupa, not a jnana of something. Means Chaitanya Swarupa only. That is why we call Sakshi. Again, why we call Sakshi? I have given this definition. I think we should be able to rattle out just like that. साक्षात् अज्ञानपेक्षया ईक्षते प्रकाशयति इति साक्षी. So that means that which illumines independent of others. Why that sakshat directly said? Because sense organs, antakarana also illumine for us, means make known the object as such, but not sakshat directly. They depend on other factors. This is the very knowledge principle. So, see, if the water in the bucket is able to illumine something, it is not sakshat. Because the sunlight sun has got reflected in that, and reflected light illumines. But as far as Surya, sun is concerned, sakshat, direct, not dependent on anything else. So that nitya bodhaha aham iti nishchayi. So therefore, because he has ascertained that I am the Bodha Swarupa, Nitya Bodha Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa, therefore he knows for certain aham dehahana, mama dehahana, iti nishchayi. So, and therefore what has happened? That identification with the body has gone. That is why adhyara is brought. Dehadau nivrutta aham mama adhimanaha. This person is the one in whose case that dehadau, in the deha, mana, buddhi, indriya, prana, in this assemblage of embodiment, in this nivritta aham mama abhimanaha, one whose aham abhimana is nivritta, Mama Abhimana is Nivritta. That is, I notion and mine notion have gone because of this discovery that I am Nitya Bodha Swarupa. Now such a person, what does he do? Means, in the wake of the discovery of one's true Swarupa, that is very knowledge principle, he has no identity in the body nor any mindness in the body. Such a person, Kritam, Akritam. So, Kritam, something done by whom? Dehadina. Dehadina Kritam. Take the Deha, Kritam, that is by Dehadina, not Dehadina. Dehadina Kritam. And Akritam. Dehadina Akritam. Means by his embodiment, whatever that is done or not done, na smarati. How? Oh, I did all this. I did not do all these things. Kimahagam papama karavam. Kimaham sadhuna karavam. Kimaham sadhuna karavam. Kimahagam papamakaram. The remorse. So, why did I not do the good things? Why did I do the bad things? Such a remorse, generally it comes. Generally old age means, oh, what is that? The fellow starts taking stock of everything. Whatever good things he doesn't remember. Whatever bad things, why did I do all these things? I should have done that. I should have done this. I should have done this. I did not do all these things. On the contrary, what? These things should not be done. I did it. Upanishad knows, or psychology. So that's what the Taittiriya says. Kimahagam sadhuna karavam. Kimaham papamakaravamiti. Kim aham sadhuna karavam. Why did I not do good things? On the contrary, why did I do the prohibited things? Such a remorse is not there because Kartrutva is there, such remorse is there. Here in his case, so Kritam Akritam Nasmarati. So because he knows that he has not done anything, the Chaitanya Swarupa cannot do anything, so therefore he has no identity in the body. So, Kritam Akritam Nasmarati. And how is he? He is like this. Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva bhavati. That person is like this. Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva. So what is Kaivalyam sampraptaha? If he has got knowledge already, he has got moksha. Kaivalya is moksha. And as though he has got moksha, why do you say so? See. Now just note this. This is the person who has discovered aham nitya bodha swarupa. Dehaha aham na. Me dehaha na. Means he is a perfect jnani. And perfect jnani means he is muktaha. So that again the remorse is not there, that he is muktaha. Then why it is said, Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva bhavati. He becomes, or he is like the one who has got the moksha. Actually, he is the one who has already got the moksha. How does he say so? So you should take that. Kaivalya means here, Videha Kaivalyam. Videha Kaivalyam means the one who has already got the knowledge, maybe Devan Muktaha, and also the body has already, body is cast off. See, the jnani, so long as the prarabdha is not exhausted, the body is there. Prarabdha vashat, some occasion to interact with the world may be there. But when the jnani's momentum of prarabdha is over, has he got any rebirth? No. Afterwards, what is that? Swarupataha, he alone remains. So therefore, in that case, there is no question of relating, etc., no question of understanding nishchaya, etc., because what is there is what I am. So they are free from even the last hang-up of that embodiment due to prarabdha, that also has dropped off. So therefore he says, Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva. Therefore Kaivalya has to be taken as Videha Kaivalyam sampraptaha iva. As though the one who has, that means Jnani whose Upadhi has already dropped after the prarabdha is over, like that he is nothing but totally absorbed or rooted in one Swarupa only. Further, his status is described, or that means his outlook and all that. Abrahmastamba paryantamahameveti nishchayi nirvikalpa shuchishantah prapta vinirvrutaha. So this jnani is like this. Abrahmastamba paryantam aham eveti nishchayi. So take Anvaya as it is, first line as it is. Then nirvikalpaha shuchihi shantaha as it is only. Shantaha prapta vinirvrutaha. This jnani is nishchayi. Nishchayi means nishchayi purushaha. He is the person who has got this firm ascertainment based on direct cognition. Not simply just, it is not an ascertainment based on reasoning, etc. Based on direct cognition, he has got this ascertainment. What is it? Abrahmastamba paryantam aham eva. That is means beginning from Brahma. Brahma here is Hiranyagarbha. Brahmaji, beginning from Brahmaji onwards up to Stamba. Stamba means it can be like a bushes, etc. Like grass, bushes means it's like this. Hiranyagarbha is the topmost in the creation in terms of upadhis. Any insignificant upadhi like bush or grass, etc. There's other phrase also for this. Abrahma pipilika paryantam means up to an ant, an insignificant ant. That means Abrahma stamba paryantam means the A to Z of all the embodiments possible in this creation. The first one is, topmost is Brahmaji Hiranyagarbha, and any insignificant, if you want, you take Abrahma amoeba paryantam, you can make it. Okay. So now in modern world, Abrahma amoeba. Brahma amoeba. Okay. Brahma amoeba paryantam, you can make it. Therefore means A to Z of all the embodiments. Paryantam aham eveti nishchayi. I am the one. How is it? Embodiments are not same. Brahmaji's embodiment is not the same of the embodiment of a bush. See, this shows that in those days also they knew that plant kingdom has got life. They are also jivas, they knew it. That's how it is. So now that is no different embodiment. So that's how it can be true, this statement. See, there are thousands of bulbs, electric bulbs, all lit bulbs. One is that neon, no? What is it? Neon center, no, mercury vapor, whatever it is. They used to say, what is that? 0 watt they used to say. Actually it was 25 watt. Now there is no 0 watt. So therefore, anyway, a dim bulb, powerful bulb, 1000 watt bulb, like that they are there. Now, a rivalry started among these. See, that fellow is what? Bright, I am dim, etc., etc. So finally one guru bulb came and told what? All of us are only one only. How is it possible? They have got different, different watt means filament is different. So, and he said, look, so that electricity in that 1000 watt bulb is the electricity same as that 25 watt bulb one and the same. Means we are not the upadhi, the filament. What is that? We are nothing but the electricity. From that standpoint, yes, it is. You think ahameveti nishchayi. Same, there was a dialogue between, in a glass, there was water, wherein ice cubes were there. And there was a dialogue between ice cube and the water. The water is to say, oh, you are ice cube, you are me only. The ice cube revolted, how is it possible? I am nothing but H2O, you are nothing but H2O only. That's all. You have got a cubical form, that is true, but slightly you give up heat, what will happen? You will discover yourself to nothing but water only. So likewise, here you may say, I am Jiva and other is Ishvara. Little heat you have to apply. What heat you have to apply? Jnana. Tapas. Because you see, heat means you should have heat. Heat must be there. Tap santapi, tap santapi, that's why Bhruguvalli. Satapo tapyata, satapas taptva. What is that? And also what father said? Tapasa brahma vijidhyasasva tapo brahmeti. Tapo, what was tapas then? Alochana vichara inquiry. So therefore now apply the heat. What heat you have to apply? Heat of vichara inquiry. Don't take the things for granted. Then what will happen? Your nama rupa will melt. Nama rupa will melt like the ice cube. And then what will happen? You will discover nothing but water only. So you are nothing but Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. Brahma Sa. Now afterwards what happened? In that ice cube, there were other ice cubes also. This ice cube started telling, do you know what happened? See. You, me and all are one only, say. Other ice cubes started revolting. How is it possible? We are different with they say. Then all told, look, you are water, I am water, water is nothing but water. So therefore we are one and the same. So therefore these upadhis differ, A to Z upadhis may differ, but the content, that is what the Chaitanya Swarupa is one and the same. Not only that, afterward, that upadhi is something falsely superimposed on Chaitanya. So iti nishchayi purushaha. Because of this discovery, one who has nothing to do whatsoever with the upadhis is nirvikalpaha. So nirvikalpaha means, so sankalpa vikalpa shunyaha. Here nirvikalpa means free from sankalpa vikalpas. So that means consideration or doubts, etc. are not there. I want this, I want that. How is it possible if I don't have this? Such thing, nothing is there, nirvikalpaha. And because sankalpa vikalpa is not there, therefore is shuchihi. Shuchihi. Here shuchi, pure in the sense to be taken as one who has no impurity of the nature of attachment to the sense objects. Shuchi here, Vishaya Sangha Rupa Mala Rahitaha. So one who is free from Mala, which is in the form of Sangha, Asangha with Vishayas. As it obtains, we have got the attachment to the sense object. That type of Mala, impurity of attachment to the sense object is not there is not there, therefore he is Shuchihi, Vishaya Sanga Rupa Malarahitaha. And because he is Shuchihi, therefore he is Shantaha. Shantaha, one who has got steady and composed mind, Nishchala Antahkaranaha. Shanta here is peaceful, means one who has got Nishchala Antahkarana. Nishchala Antahkaranaha, Shantaha, and therefore only because he is Shantaha, Prapta Prapta Vinirvrutaha. So he is Prapta Prapta Vinirvrutaha. What is Prapta Prapta? He has nothing to do with the Vishayas which are either Prapta or Aprapta. Whether sense objects come according to Prarabdha or they don't come, he is least concerned about that. So that phrase has to be taken like this. Prapta Praptayoho Vishayayoho Nirvrutaha. Prapta Praptayoho Api Vishayayoho Nirvrutaha, means one who is totally aloof from the Vishayas, whether acquired or not. So he has no dependence on them. Only because some Vishayas have come because of Prarabdha, he is not elated. Only because they don't come, he is not dejected. So why the Purna Ananda Swarupa is discovered. So Prapta Praptayoho Vishayayoho Vinirvrataha, that Vishaya gets elided, Madhyama Padalopa. So that is Prapta Prapta Vinirvrata. In other words, it means Parama Santoshava. See, who can be totally indifferent toward the things acquired and not acquired? One whose cup is full, otherwise just not possible. It is not psychological, consolation. So, somehow, that means somehow have that, what is the equanimity of the mind? That's not possible, just impossible. So it is not a psychological accomplishment. It is because the Parama Santosha, Parama Ananda, that one soul Swarupa is discovered, therefore is so. That's why I say, in the morning meditation I told, Atma Jnana means not that studying thousands of Vedantic textbooks. It requires a different thing, but it is not Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana is a direct cognition of that's own true nature. So suppose there are of course there were Mahatmas, and even today also maybe there who may not have studied Vedanta at all, but they might have, that means they had the ready frame of mind, a little upadesha on the part of a proper teacher, so that must have given them the direct, that means cognition of one's true nature, Atma Jnana, that's Atma Sakshatkara, Brahma Sakshatkara, they must have made. That is important. Here because we have got a questioning mind, why, etc., doubts are there, therefore all this vichara, etc., is required. Of course, that's why Shravana Manan is required, because the wrong notion that the body, etc., is me, which has come since beginningless time, so it needs investigation, but that itself, another thing, the beauty of Vedanta is, there is some reasoning, etc. That's why those who have got little intellectual this thing, they get carried away by the reasoning, etc. That is fine, but that itself is not the goal. One should know that Aparoksha Jnana is direct discovery, direct cognition, Aparoksha Anubhava. So anything short of it is not proper Jnana as such. That should be clear. So that study of text is only a means and not the end in itself. Otherwise, what is that? Swamiji Ashtavakra is over. Which is the next book? When are you going to take Tattva Bodha? When is the next camp? So like that, it will not going to help at all. Unless you want to repeat. Repeat what? In the school and college language, repeat. What even the repeating? Stay in the same standard. Okay. Yes, that is okay. So that is right. is nirvikalpaha, shuchi, shantaha. Such a doubt is possible, for which answer is given. Nanascharyanidam vishvam na kinchiditi nishchayi. Nirvasana spurti matro na kinchidiva shamyati. Nanascharyan idam vishvam na kinchit iti nishchayi purushaha. Again add that nishchayi purushaha. Nirvasanaha spurti matraha na kinchit iva shamyati. Idam vishvam, this vishwa. What type of vishwa? This creation? Nanascharyan, that which is full of great wonders. Not that 9 wonders, etc. Everything is nothing but, the world itself is nothing but a great wonder. Why it is a wonder? See, why this great world is a wonder? Truly it is not there at all, and it appears to exist. Not simply appears to exist, it plays havoc. Think of it. Simply, it is like, for example, magic, etc. You are sitting in an air-conditioned auditorium, in a reclined easy cozy chair, and some magic is going on. You know it is not there. It gives you some entertainment, etc. Not that way. It's a volcano here. So this Jagat is entire there. Big volcano. You can't take so lightly as such. So therefore, it's really a great wonder. Everything is a wonder only in this world. So therefore, Nana Ascharyavidam Vishwam says, the one who has ascertained, na kinchit. Na kinchit means it has no pratak satta. It has no independent existence. That is, na kinchit means nothing means, na kinchit means nothing. Nothing means here, the pratak satta shunyam. It is devoid of any independent existence. Just like the snake seen in the place of rope is nakinchit, means it has no independent existence, though appears to be there, though it has created fear in the mind of this person who is running now for life, etc. Really is what? There is nothing as called as snake independently. So that way, pratak satta shunyam iti nishchayi, that person further, nirvasanaha, being the one who is nirvasanaha. Nirvasanaha means nivrittavasanaha. The nididhyasana has been taken to see all these have to be kept in mind with respect to the future chapters that are coming. Otherwise you will forget what is there, and then you will say the person will land in trouble afterward. That's how Ashtavakra Gita can be misunderstood. So what is Brahma Stamba Paryantam Ahameviti Nishchayi means what? For this, what is the other phrase in Vedanta? There is a word for this. Sarvatma Bhava. Ekatma Bhava or Sarvatma Bhava. This Sarvatma Bhava he has directly discovered, directly cognized. That is important, because in that line afterwards many things will be told. If not, if this is forgotten, that can be misleading, and one can damn oneself with taking literally those words only without taking into account this accomplishment. So therefore, the one who has already accomplished the Sarvatma Bhava, keep in mind this. The Sarvatma Bhava has been already accomplished with direct cognition and not just borrowed words, etc. So therefore, this person is now is the person in our routine parlance. Who is this person? One who had taken to Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana up to the point of perfection. What is the perfection of Nididhyasana? If Nididhyasana repeatedly taken, what is that accomplishment which speaks of perfection in Nididhyasana? Means final accomplishment of the final, that
Nididhyasana can give, what is it? Huh? Somebody said Nishtha. Any other thing? Realization. Anything? Aham Brahmasmi. Anything? Samadhi. Anything? Huh? हाँ, अनुभव, अपने आप ही अपना अनुभव. For anything? Aparokshanbhuti. No. That's the way to say. Everything has got its, nothing not wrong as such, that is correct. But let us now take the other way, just to ascertain, to come to a definite, that means point. What is Nididhyasana? Yes, that's true. That is the purpose of Nididhyasana. To get rid of habitual Dehatadasana, habitual identity. But in Nididhyasana, who can take Nididhyasana? The person who has taken to Shravana and Mana. Actually these have to be together. See, Udarnika Bhashya Shankaracharya says, all these have to, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana have to be taken to together, and he says, Natu Shravana Deva, he says, not simply by Shravana, because to the extent you progress in Nididhyasana, to that extent Shravana Manana will get the additional boost. To the extent you are clear with Shravana Manana, Nididhyasana will be, that is more powerful, like that. Means, after all, what is the final goal? Clear cognition of what my Swarupa is. So you have to inquire, you have to get into the doubts, and in Nididhyasana, what you do? Repeatedly you dwell on whatever you have discovered in terms of Shravana and Manana. Means it is a avenue to, or it is a means to appreciate our Swarupa with proper efforts which have been given by the Shastra. So, means in Nididhyasana there is an effort to appreciate my Swarupa. By repeated Nididhyasana, so I am able to appreciate my Swarupa more and more. With the help of what am I appreciating? What is the instrument that I am making use to appreciate my Swarupa? Antakarana only, mind only, is it not? So, if the mind is able to appreciate the Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, how can it appreciate? Can it objectify Atma or Brahma? No. As I say, means that mind itself has to conform itself to the specification or the nature of Atma, Brahma, which is Nirvikalpa, Nirvishesha, Nirguna. So, means more and more it is able to do, that mind is what? More and more conforming itself to the specification of Atma, Brahma. Suppose this person has, by the repeated practice, has got now perfect knack of appreciating, that mind has to, otherwise what we call as, get absorbed in Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. This absorption is called what? Samadhi. This absorption is called Samadhi, because this nowadays it has become a habit. The moment the word Samadhi is uttered, they jump to where? Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi, and then they have got a long list of that is that way, this is that way, and all this as a, it is a, say, somebody say, Samadhi is, what is this? Some few months back I heard somewhere. Taking to Samadhi delays moksha. Recently I heard Samadhi is a Vigna. I don't know what exactly context is it. Samadhi is a Vigna. Moment the word Samadhi comes, what happens? Jump to Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi. Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi is an accepted technique by Vedanta. Vedanta clearly pinpoints that means the shortcomings in Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi. Why? See, Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi, let us say, here is a yogi who has taken to Ashtanga Yoga and accomplishes the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Who is this? What he will say? I have accomplished this Samadhi with so Ashtanga, this means, Yama, Niyama, etc. That means. What is that I? Identified in the body means ignorance is still there. That is what the drawback is pointed out by Vedanta. And as a means it is accepted because, see, after all, with Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi, one is able to command such a mind which is highly useful to appreciate one's own Swarupa. Now, whatever that can be, that frame of mind which can be accomplished by Ashtanga Yoga can equally be accomplished by those who have got the attitude of Bhakti, etc. See, actually Ashtanga Yoga is meant for those people who don't have Bhakti and the mind is terribly agitated. That's a pranayama, etc. have to be taken to. That means accepted. But that doesn't mean a person who has Shravana, means one who has got the Atma Jnana with Shravana, Manana and taking repeated Nididhyasana, and because of repeated Nididhyasana what happens? Mind has to get absorbed in the direct cognition of one's own Swarupa. That Samadhi is what? Totally different from, outwardly same, but different from mere Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi. What is the difference? What is the difference? One has got Atma Jnana, other Ajnana still persists. So this is the difference. So therefore, to say simply that Samadhi, practice of Samadhi delays moksha means the person doesn't know what is aparoksha jnana. Delaying, etc. means moment Samadhi word is taken, jump to Ashtanga Yoga. Even there you can't say delays, etc. Suppose a sadhak is there, he is not available for any other means than suppose he is a person for whom Ashtanga Yoga alone is the means. See, the temperaments of the sadhaks differ. For whom to prepare the mind, if Ashtanga Yoga is the only means, you can't say it is delay. Why you can't say delay? Because he has to prepare the mind that way. Without preparing the mind, how are you going to get the knowledge as such? There also you can't say delay. So therefore, one thing should know that Nididhyasana with proper Shravana Manana and with proper Nididhyasana, with practice to perfection has to lead to, don't straight away go to Samadhi. It has to lead to absorption of the mind in the knowledge of oneself. And that absorption is called as Samadhi. But which Samadhi it is? Jnana with Jnana. So we are talking of yoga, we are studying Vedanta. So therefore, see, Ashtanga Yoga, etc. we are not taken to. So therefore, Jnana Samadhi. You see. For that, lot of practice, etc. is required. So that is what is there, that's fine. Now, Jnaneshwar Maharaj Samadhi, like this. See, Jnaneshwar Maharaj was a Jnani, but he had also the Ashtanga Yoga. That's why he took the live Samadhi. You know the live Samadhi? That's all. Means everything was closed. It was buried as it were. Because he had that, you see, Ashtanga Yoga, he had the Ashtanga Yoga to perfection. At the same time, Jnana was there, and he used this yogic thing just to switch off from this body. That means when that actually that Samadhi means the tomb. Now another thing, now we Samadhi means what is it? ये महाराज का समाधि है, उसका समाधि है, not the tomb we are talking. Now here Samadhi, but whatever that was, that brick by brick it was constructed. Alandi, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, and after last brick was kept open till then, and then he said that also finish it. Means inside still body was there, he was alive, but he took that because he knew the technique as such, and totally get absorbed. That is the accomplishment of Ashtanga Yoga, is that up to perfection is there as such. So that is how it means. In fact, in olden days, Vyasa, Shuka, etc., they were perfect in the Ashtanga Yoga, not simply this way, not that way. So they were there. But nowadays, in this present life or present context, if you take Ashtanga Yoga, what will happen? Not what will happen, how many can take it? How many can really take to it? All these yoga centers are for what? They are for, this, they do theoretical standpoint, they have got a value. We can't say. From the theoretical standpoint, what they do is better than drugging with so many medicines, etc. That is fine. That is fine, sir. But nothing to do with the adhyatma. How many are there, when those who teach so-called yoga, etc., about this, how many they are perfect in Ashtanga Yoga? No. Because it needs lot of effort, that is true. Lot of effort. Not only that, at higher stage, even food also has to be proper. And if you want to take Ashtanga Yoga, you should keep a lot of bank balance, so that you have to eat badam only, drink milk only. Although without paisa, how can you do that? So that is a different thing. But it is a technique. So what I mean to say is, so with simply, because this is going to come afterwards, because otherwise these statements can be totally misunderstood, the statements that are going to come after. So samadhi, that is samadhi. So that means here, so we are talking of jnana samadhi. So that's why for jnana samadhi you need not have Ashtanga Yoga. If Ashtanga Yoga is there, well, then he is a person who has got that accomplishment. So Chijjada Viveka also can lead to this, means any nididhyasana, if proper, should lead to absorption of the mind in Swarupa Jnana, and that itself is, if proper absorption is there, Nirvikalpa, that itself is Nirvikalpa Jnana Samadhi. So Vedanta speaks of that. Now it says, so Nirvasana. So Nirvasana, that is what I wanted to say is that Abrahmastambha Paryantam, etc. That is what is called as the Sarvatma Bhava, that has been accomplished by this seeker. That keep in mind. Now, Nirvasanaha. Nirvasanaha means Nivruttavasana means Kevala Chidrupaha. So this person has taken to this Nididhyasana so long, continuously for so long time, that he is totally absorbed. That is Nirvasanaha. The mind has no more the earlier cobwebs. It has got totally absorbed in the Swarupa. How do you say so? That is what is told by Spurti Matraha. See, Nirvasanaha is said. Why? Because he is Spurti Matra. Spurti Matra means, what is Spurti here? Chaitanya. Spurti Matra means Kevala Chidrupa. When Kevala Chidrupaha? When is Kevala Chidrupaha? Because that Antakarana, which has to have earlier Visheshas, Vasanas, they have been now nullified, and therefore Antakarana is what now? As pure as Atma Swarupa. So therefore what? Kevala Spurti Matra means Kevala Chidrupa. That should say Nirvasanaha Spurti Matra. These two words indicate that consistent Nididhyasana has been taken to, and the mind has got absorbed in the appreciation of Swarupa. These two phrases indicate that. So otherwise, how simply Spurti Matra? That way, from reality standpoint, Spurti Matra only, is it not? See, because what reality is nothing but Brahma, and Jagat is Adhyasta. Adhyasta is false. False has no separate existence. So therefore, in reality, what is there only? Brahma only. That is true. But is it my knowledge? No. It is not. It is the truth. That is truth. But have I discovered that? No. When I can discover, when I can directly cognize this, that, everything. For which what is required? Shravana, Manana, and finally through Nididhyasana, all the cobwebs of the mind in terms of habitual errors and all past samskaras called vasanas, etc. are all nullified. And then what is that? In terms of that aparoksha anubhava, what remains is what? Spurti Matraha. Therefore these two words, Nirvasanaha, Spurti Matra, all this should be kept in the mind, because after I'm just giving a caution. Otherwise how Ashtavakra Gita can mislead many people.
Therefore, Spurti Matra, because it is spoken of such person, what is that means, whatever that is, that will be told afterwards have to be applied to this person and not anyone short of this accomplishment. That's very, very important. So, Nirvasanaha Spurti Matraha Nakinchidiva Shamyati. So, you see, other Nakinchid has come now. So here Nakinchidiva Shamyati means without being engaged in specific Vyavahara. Shamyati. Shamyati means here, pacifies means gets absorbed in the Swarupa. Shamyati. So, Nakinchidiva means Vishesha Vyavahara Gocharaha Eva. Without being the subject of any specific Vyavahara, interaction with the world, Nakinchideva, that is without being engaged in any specific Vyavahara or interaction with the world, Shamyati. So Shamyati means here, gets absorbed in one's own Swarupa without any trace of Jagat. So that is the total absorption, the appreciation of Swarupa. Now this is told by whom? Guru. Now Shishya comes. Yes, yes, it is like this only. Why? I have discovered it. It is like this. It is like this. It is like this. What you said is that is exactly what I have already discovered. So that is what you said. Because Guru started from where? 8th stanza of 10th, last stanza of 10th chapter. Tadadyapi paramyatam. Guru said, what? Totally withdraw yourself from karma. Now he is a Uparwala Shishya. You need not tell me long back, I have already done it. That is exactly I have done long back, because that is what it means. What you said is right, right. Let's see, actually that's what I am telling. Ashtavakra Gita is this reaffirmation. Yes, that is so, that is so, that is so. But that discovery has to be based on the other text, and that means Shravana Manasana is just giving a booster, as it were. And a person who has already done, for such a person, these stanzas themselves can trigger off into the appreciation of one's own Swarupa. Yes, it is so, it is so, it is so, it is so.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्ताम् सुखिनो भवन्तु काले पश्यतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखः भवेत् वासतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते